I was hoping the king would send a larger search party, says Captain Duvall wryly, now having fully recovered from the exhaustion. I was beginning to tire of this town. You rise from your straw bed and offer your thanks to the captain. His brave and timely action saved you from certain death. 'Tis nothing to compare with you, Lone Wolf. Your bravery is legend. Your presence here is worth 100 men.
Huh.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
I think that Captain wants to introduce us to his mighty shaft or whatever.
Oh god. This is gonna be some sort of horrible running joke, isn't it?
Good night, everybody!
He asks you about your mission and you recount the events that have led you to this meeting. The ride south, the loss of your company, your passage through the Moken mines, and the bandits. Yes, the bandits. Baraka's men, retorts Duvall, his gruff voice conveying his contempt for them and their leader. It seems we have both suffered at his hand. A month ago, he and his Vasagonian renegades ambushed my troops on the Ruanon Pike. We were sorely outnumbered and the fight was indeed better. But we broke free from them and escaped here to Ruanon. We have been beleaguered ever since and praying for help to arrive. We have enough weapons to resist them, but we have barely enough water and food to survive. You ask what has become of the people of Ruanon. Most are now slaves. Baraka has taken the mines, and he uses the Ruanese as forced labor. Other than yourself, only one man has escaped from the mines and survived the warhounds and the bandit snipers. That man is Baron Oren Vanelot. Come, I shall take you to him. Duvall leads you to the topmost chamber of the watchtower and pushes open an iron-shut door. The sight that greets you fills your heart with sorrow and pity.
Okay, bandit leader, what was his name?
His name is Baraka, with
Okay,
2 R's.
Yeah. And where did he say that the bandits came from?
Vasagonia. It should be on the map.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Oren Vanelund is the 15th Baron of Ruanon, a noble warrior of royal lineage, and 5th in succession to the throne of Sommerlund. This once proud and chivalrous warlord now lies upon the cold stone floor of the chamber, red-eyed and whimpering like a frightened dog. He has lost everything, says Duvall quietly. Baraka has destroyed his castle, his land, his town, and his family. His sons are dead, and his only daughter has been taken captive by Baraka himself. I fear his ordeal has turned his mind.
Yeah, I think that will sort of do that to a mind.
Oh, we have a lovely picture of the state of the land.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Isn't
the guy was 5th in the line of succession, right?
Yep. In any case, I'm gonna send you a picture now of how the surrounding area looks now. There you go.
Just let me see when it comes around.
Undskyld mig et øjeblik, jeg skal lige på toilettet.
You do that. Given is going for the toilet.
Dear.
Lovely, isn't it?
Not really.
Wow. And he has to contend with that.
Yep. In any case,
That
we'll
includes-
be... Yeah, in any case, we'll be holding on until Givenir comes back. From the toilet. See you in a moment. And we are back. And Givenir, have you received the picture?
The one of the guy tied to a pole with a crow sitting and talking to him.
Yeah, that will be the picture.
Yeah, I have it. Wonder if it's Hugin or Munin he's talking to.
Huh. I don't think he does a lot of talking right now.
Yeah, he looks... I think he's dead.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Any case, the pathetic man raises his tear-stained face and with feeble voice mutters a curious rhyme over and over again. When a fair royal maid on the altar dies, the dead of Mokengård shall rise.
Huh.
Yeah, that's 2 lines from the message we got.
Do you have a scroll?
Yes, we have it on a piece of parchment.
In that case, as you unfurl the scroll and begin to read its ominous contents, the Baron struggles to his feet. Word for word, he echoes the prophetic words. When the full moon shines over the temple deep, a sacrifice will stir from sleep. Allegiance of a long-forgotten lord. When a fair royal maid on the altar dies, the dead of Mokengard shall rise to claim their long-awaited reward. You must save her, Lone Wolf! You must prevent the sacrifice! The Baron's voice is choked with emotion. Save who? Who must we save? Questions Captain Duvall as he tries to calm the distressed Baron. My daughter, Madelon! Baraga has found the dagger of Washna. He plans to sacrifice my daughter upon the altar of Mogan to release the undead of Mokengorge. The Baron explains that during the Age of the Black Moon, King Ulnar of Sommerlund killed the mightiest of all the Dark Lords, Vashna, with the Sommersverd, the Sword of the Sun. As if, in case you haven't figured that out, yes. His body and the bodies of all his soldiers were hurled into the bottomless abyss of Mokengorge. He plans to lead the dead to victory, first to conquer Sommerlund, and then all of the Lost Lands, he says in despair.
Well, calling the Sommersverd the Sword of the Sun is, well, if you know how the summers in Denmark are, it might as well be the Sword of the Rain.
Or the son of eternal cloudy days. Actually, I hear the English, the Britons have got it a bit worse. They always get rain, as far as I understood.
I actually don't think it's worse. I just think that it's a bigger country collection, so they're more known for it.
That's true.
Anyways, the Dark Lord who was killed was named Vashna. What was the name of the king who killed him?
That would be
That's a
Ulnar.
funny name.
Two seconds.
You stare at the Baron in stunned silence. If Baraga completes the sacrifice, all is lost. What mortal army can stand against the Legion of the Dead? Captain Deval ushers you from the chamber and closes the door. I feared he was insane, but your scroll confirms my worst nightmares. He speaks the truth. As the dreadful significance of the verse begins to sink in, your thoughts are broken by the shrill blast of a war horn. Captain Deval strides over to an arrow slit and peers out across the plain. As he turns to speak, you notice that his face is ashen grey. The bandits! They're launching an attack! By the way, you haven't picked up Captain Deval's sword on your journey. So...
No.
Let me see. Let me see.
Not as far as I know.
Not as,
Nope.
neither here. Not. No, not in war. No, no.
Yeah. You follow Captain Deval as he hurries down the broad watchtower steps and out to the barricade. A rolling sound like distant thunder fills the air. Cavalry are pouring onto the plain from all sides, grouping up into battalions in preparation for the advance. Columns of foot soldiers in bright scarlet armor march through the ranks, herding a frightened wall of people before them. "They're Ruanese!" cries Deval, his hands shielding the light from his eyes. "That cur Baraga, he's using them as a shield!" Well, these guys are dicks.
Yeah.
Ah, the Genghis Khan method.
Yep.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
well, if Duval needs a weapon, we can always give him the magical spear. Probably got a good weapon for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All around you, the captain's men have drawn their bowstrings, awaiting his signal to fire. But it is an order he dare not give. Suddenly, a hidden catapult hurls a massive black rock through the air, straight towards the barricade. You stare in horror as it bursts into flames and disintegrate, showering a rain of blazing oil on everyone beneath. The soldiers cannot evade the deluge, and many are badly burned before the flames are smothered. A battle cry is sound from the enemy ranks, the signal to attack. The Ruanese are pushed aside and trampled by the onrush of Scarlet warriors, who now race towards the barricade.
Okay, okay. I think those guys can be perfectly well accused of war crimes here.
Yep. Oh hey, we got a picture of what just happened to all of you.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this is what just happened to your fortifications.
I swear,
Yeah.
why the fuck is it in these fantasy settings? It is always the good guys who are outnumbered, and the bad guys are just giving less shits than anyone and just trampling down anything that could resemble resistance.
Well, to be fair, you in one of the books you did blow up the evil overlord with a single attack from your blade.
Why
Why
couldn't
can
we
we not do that
do
here?
it again?
What?
Yeah,
Jinx, why couldn't we do that again?
Apparently, it's a special ability. It only works on Dark Lords, as far as I could find out.
Yeah, and these are humans, so
Yep. It's just like its holy properties allows you to greater damage to undead. It's specific.
Okay.
The blazing oil has scattered Deval's men, and the barricade is poorly defended. You hear Deval shout your name. His cloak and tunic are ablaze, and he's screaming for your help. Oh, but your rank gives you a special thing you can do here.
Oh.
and that is.
Well, apparently, since you have a great experience, here's what you do. You must rally the defenders, or all is lost. You order 2 soldiers to help the captain, and then leap onto an overturned wagon in order to see clearly the enemy advance. They have already reached the ruined perimeter of Ruanon, and are now creeping forward under cover of the broken cottage walls. You shout orders to Deval's men to defend the barricade, but the enemy are less than 100 yards from the wall. You are afraid it might be too late to repel their attack. The Vasagonian bandits break cover and charge, and you give the order to fire. A cloud of arrows sweeps down upon the armor-clad men, the hardened tips penetrating their scarlet plates. The first wave of assailants tumble and falls. The second wave falters. Another volley forces them back, and they retreat to the ruins to reorganize themselves. Here and there, groups of bandit warriors have survived the hail of death and reached the barricade. Most are slain as they try to enter, but a small and determined section of the boldest fighters have broken through close to where you stand. Suddenly, a thick-bodied warrior with oily black hair tied in a knot on the back of his scarred head leaps onto the wagon and attacks you.
I don't know the
Okay.
focus on that they aren't pretty. Do we ever hear that with the good guys? I'm sorry, but it annoys me.
Well, the
Yeah.
ugly merchant was, if nothing else, innocent.
Yeah, that's of course the thing.
Yep. But
Yeah,
you're right,
I
it
saw
pops
the-
up quite a lot.
anyways,
Yeah.
fighting time.
I-
Yep. Although it should be noted that you may at any time evade combat by jumping down from the wagon if you desire. Just tell me if you want to run from this guy.
Yeah,
let's
I
just
say
try
we
to fight
stand-
him.
Okay.
I say we stand as long as we can. I mean, really? These guys, killing innocents, wanting to murder us, I say we take as many as possible.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you have the option.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyways, I say we stand there because if we flee, the soldiers will probably lose heart.
In any case, you have a combat skill of what?
27 last time I checked.
Okay, then I remembered correctly. Well, okay, roll a die.
Oh.
Right. The guy swings out at you with his blade, and you almost completely blocks it, but he still managed to nick you a bit. You lose 2 endurance.
And this guy hasn't
That-
poisoned his weapon either, I hear.
Nope.
Apparently this poison is so rare that it is basically, I suppose, more valuable than gold.
I don't know. But in any case, this position gives you the perfect opportunity to shove your blade into his shoulder.
If only it was his throat, but yeah.
Roll the die.
5.
Okay. Hey. The warrior holds in pain and flails out at you. Oh, again, you manage to get by with a minor scrape. 2 endurance. And then you pull out your blade and plunge it deep into his guts. You pull it back and he boggles in pain and gasps as blood runs from his body. But he still attempts to get one last hit in at you. Roll the die.
4.
Sadly, it's not a very good hit. It's just 2 damage. And then you chop his skull open.
Good. But I have some bad news here. As far as I can see on our hit points / endurance, I think, or rather I would suggest we take a potion at this point and heal some of our wounds.